Imagine being a child worth over $1 billion. Well, Blue Ivy don't need to imagine much longer because the daughter of Jay-Z and Queen Bee is estimated to be worth upwards of $800 million.
Stay focused. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Don't just dream about what you're going to do. Don't criticize somebody else for what they're not doing. You be it. Be about it. Be about that action and go do it. Keep your eye on your intention. Don't let any outside distraction or your own insecurity stop you from your goals. Embrace that struggle. Surviving that struggle will strengthen you. Look how far you've come and how much you contributed. Keep pushing. Forget the fear. Forget the doubt. Keep investing and keep betting on yourself.
Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, a name that doesn't just enter a room, it owns it. Whisper it and it feels like an announcement. Shout it and it crashes like a drum. Her life has always read like a master plan in motion. From Houston, Texas, she trained like a soldier of music. Endless hours, sore lungs, aching legs, but never quitting.
When I work, I don't eat. I don't use the restroom. I'm like a machine. And sometimes it's difficult because I forget that other people have to eat and other people have to use the restroom.
Her mother, Tina, gave her style and presence. Her father, Matthew, drilled her with structure and strategy. Young Beyonce learned fast. Presentation is power, and power demands control. She started with Girls' Time, grinding harder than kids were ever expected to. Losing on national TV, it didn't kill the dream, it sharpened it. Members changed, names changed, but when Destiny's Child was born, history followed. Destiny's Child didn't join the late 90s pop wave. They led it. Say My Name, Survivor, Bills, Bills, Bills. These weren't just hits, they were anthems. Beyonce was the center, studying every detail. How lights hit, how shows breathe, how perfection is engineered. When the group ended, she didn't just go solo, she set off an era. Dangerously in Love crowned her as sovereign. Crazy in Love erupted like a cultural earthquake. And from there, Beyonce turned hits into leverage.
Is your husband comfortable living with somebody as competitive and as ambitious as you are?
You have to ask my husband, but I think so. I'm competitive really with myself.
Right.
Honestly. Like every time I start an album, I go and watch all of my performances and I try to figure out, okay, what is it that I could have done better or what worked? And really my references, I go back to myself and try to better myself. So I'm really tough on me more so than anyone else. I'm not a competitive person that walks in thinking about other people and how I can compete with them, or especially not my husband, not at all.
No, but you're a workaholic.
A bit of it, definitely, but I am a lot better. I have to say, I have to give myself that credit. I'm gonna take time off, and even with this tour, I scheduled 2 weeks off after a month so I can go away and enjoy my life and smell the roses. So I'm working on that, and I'm not as bad as I used to be.
Beyonce's self-titled visual album dropped at midnight with no warning, a cinematic ambush that rewrote the rulebook. Then came Lemonade, a raw confession turned cultural scripture, weaving betrayal, legacy, and power into music that felt eternal. Renaissance flipped the lights back on in the club, celebrating Black queer dance culture with fearless joy. And with Cowboy Carter, she bent country into her own design, both history and invention colliding on one stage. Her tours? They don't just travel, they invade. A Beyonce stadium show feels like NASA engineered the tech while gods handled the styling. Towering LED walls, precision risers, cameras that dance, choreography that hits like steel. She sings live with machine accuracy while moving like an athlete, her wardrobe shifting into living sculptures. 6 silhouettes, 6 arguments for glamour, and every note proof that she sets the standard others can't even reach. Financially, touring is the mint that prints her empire, but she's no one-stream act. Her fortune, now pushing toward $800 million, comes from music, films, and Parkwood Entertainment, her powerhouse of creative control.
Imagine being a child worth over $1 billion. Well, Blue Ivy don't need to imagine much longer because the daughter of Jay-Z and Queen B is estimated to be worth upwards of $800 million. Blue Ivy were to inherit her parents' wealth, the IRS would take a huge chunk of it. I'm talking like millions of dollars in taxes. So instead of transferring assets later in life, Jay-Z and Beyonce are allowing Blue Ivy to take ownership in various business ventures. From making waves in music like Brown Skin Girls and joining her mom on her famous world tour, Blue Ivy is getting paid, okay? They're creating opportunities for Blue Ivy to make her own income, which means significantly reducing those transfer and inheritance taxes later in life. So what does this mean for you? As a business owner, consider involving your children in your business ventures.
Her fashion line Ivy Park sold out in hours, showing she doesn't slap her name on products. She demands they match the myth. Every endorsement is a chess move, every campaign a cultural moment. With Jay-Z, she owns equity, not scraps. She invests like she performs, flawless, calculated, untouchable. Beyonce's real estate speaks in wealth and symbolism. A Bel Air compound wrapped in glass and steel, pools shimmering like moving art, bulletproof walls guarding privacy, and a garage built for stories, not just cars. In the Hamptons, curated lawns whisper class, while in New Orleans, she owns a property with bones older than fashion, a reminder that history itself can be luxury. Houston still grounds her with roots turned to concrete. These aren't houses, they're sanctuaries where she can exhale. Her life in motion is just as curated. Private jets aren't trophies, they're shields against chaos. Vacations unfold like cinema, sunlit decks, oceans shifting colors, yachts carving through ink blue seas. Jewelry flashes like punctuation, every piece inevitable once she wears it. Fashion? It's her native tongue. Runway couture becomes armor, editorial silhouettes bend culture, and collaborations with great houses become dialogues instead of ads. But beyond the gleam sits ballast, her philanthropy. Through Bay Good, she's funneled millions toward disaster relief, scholarships, small businesses, and mental health programs. Giving isn't an accessory, it's infrastructure. At the center is family, her shield and her story. With Jay-Z, she's built a fortress of privacy and power. Their combined worth exceeds $1 billion, but the real wealth is time. Raising 3 children in a home where excellence feels normal and love still outweighs the headlines. Trumpai AP Blue, Sacanis, Tada ka divinyai po apsauginyu sketchu. Blue Ivy has already stepped into history, winning a Grammy, performing beside her mother, and leaving her mark before even finishing algebra. The twins, Rumi and Sir, remain carefully shielded, proof that Beyonce and Jay-Z can balance fame with fierce privacy. Beyonce herself lives in that rare space of being both known and unknowable, a brand built on mystery that never fades. And then comes the Bayhive. Less fan base, more nation. They've got their own inside jokes, their own defense department ready to swarm at any threat, and a marketplace where merch drops are treated like national holidays. Beyonce doesn't feed them constantly. She curates silence like seasoning. When she moves, they mobilize. A profile picture alone can break the internet. In 2025, Beyonce still breathes rare air, decades deep yet moving like a newcomer. Cowboy Carter proved genres are walls made for breaking. Her voice still flawless, her shows still untouchable. Parkwood Entertainment runs like a symphony, every partnership deliberate, every release surgical. Her catalog is an asset class, her streams rivers, her licensing timeless. She bends industries, electrifies cities, and turns excellence into a lifestyle. Beyonce doesn't just play the game, she redefines it again and again. Beyonce proves glamour doesn't have to be hollow, and privacy doesn't have to feel cold. She isn't just a singer, dancer, face, or name. She's all of them multiplied by taste and discipline. From the start, she chose ownership, control of her time, and a careful balance of light and shadow. Those choices bought her silence when needed, leverage when demanded, and the right to reinvent without apology. Her fortune may hover near $1 billion, but money isn't the headline. Durability is. She's turned still here into art, and better now into habit. Fans call her blueprint, mother, icon, the movement. The industry calls her bankable, meticulous, visionary. Culture simply mirrors her impact. Halloween costumes, wedding dances, little girls mimicking her posture, whole aesthetics born from a single look she wore once. In 2025, she stands exactly where she intended, steering her own ship. She can mount residencies like living museums, open archives as lessons, or build companies that shape the future. And when she disappears, silence feels like anticipation until one note resets the year. On stage, she sings with precision, dances with stamina, commands eras like an architect. Off stage, she protects family, invests with intent, and turns riches into receipts of mastery. Beyoncé is not waiting for legacy. She builds it, one decision, one idea, one performance at a time. And when the lights drop, the roar proves the glow doesn't just hit her, it starts with her. What do you think about this story? Was it shocking, inspiring, or maybe a little of both? Do you believe there's more going on behind the scenes than what we've seen so far? And how do you think this will shape their legacy moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We love hearing your take. Thanks so much for watching and staying with us until the end. Don't forget to like, share, and hit that subscribe button to keep up with Star Watch. And if you're hungry for more drama and breaking scandals, stick around. We've got more stories waiting for you right here on the channel.